Hi everyone. This is my first time doing a reading video format. Um, we're just gonna see where things go. When I usually do a reading for myself, I usually start off with a book. If I go to like the thrift store or anything like that, I like to look at the books that are on the shelf that haven't been sold for a while. And usually you find some gold. Just how you use like oracle cards, I like to use my books sort of as a way for me to pick something out to give me the vibe or the energy that I might need for a specific task or thing that I'm doing for the day. Or if I'm feeling down and I need a little bit of a pick me up, then this really helps me as well. The one that I've been using lately before I started reading is Don't Sweat the Small Stuff, mostly because I feel like I sweat the small stuff a lot. Um, I also have been using Frequently Happy by David Larbi. I'm not sure if you guys have seen him on, Instagram. He's super nice, does those super beautiful poems about being happy and just, being your best self. So today I'm just going to kind of go ahead and start with this. I usually just set the intention on what it is that I want to do or hear. And it usually sets the tone for my reading. So what do I need to know right now? For our collective, for who's watching, what do we all need to know right now? Okay, so this one says, tell 3 people today how much you love them. Author Stephen Levine asks the questions, if you had an hour to live and could only make one phone call, who would you call? What would you say? And why are you waiting? What a powerful message. Who knows what we are waiting for? Perhaps we want to believe we will live forever, or that someday we will get around to telling the people we love how much we love them. Whatever the reasons, most of us simply wait too long. As fate would have it, I'm writing this strategy on my grandmother's birthday. Later today, my father and I are driving out to visit her gravesite. She died about 2 years ago. Before she passed away, it became obvious how important it was to her to let her family know how much she loved us all. It was a good reminder that there is no good reason to wait. Now is the time to let people know how much you care. If you're too shy to make a phone call, write a heartfelt letter instead. Either way, you may find that as you get used to it, letting people know how much you love them will become a regular part of your life. It probably won't shock you to know that if it does, you'll probably begin receiving more love as a result. I think that's very synchronistic with how I've been feeling lately. I don't know if others have been feeling the same way as I have, kind of working on my own self-love, my own self-worth, and allowing myself to receive that love instead of always being the provider of it. That's been a very big topic in my life, in my heart. It's been a very big topic right now in my current life. It's what I've been working through to allow abundance to come into my life and be receptive to it and not feel like I don't deserve it. Because if you're watching this video and you're connecting with me, I'm sure that you also have been feeling a very similar way, where maybe you're asking yourself, like, why haven't I received this? Or like, I've been doing all this inner work, I've been doing all of this, and dude, you're killing it. All right. We can be our own innermost critics, and trust, I know just as much as you do, probably. So once I start off with that, I usually like to go into my oracle. It's not really an oracle deck, it's actually a tarot deck. It's called Dreams of Gaia, because Mother Gaia is one of my guides. And I love this deck. It's beautiful. It's the tarot deck, but it also has a guidebook that has almost like an oracle reading. It tells you more little deeper snippets that you might want to know. So, I'll let them go. I usually ask it, what is it that I need to know? But since I'm doing a collective reading, what is it that we need to know? What is it that we need to know right now? Okay. I'll just do. Okay. Wow. Okay. So the one that came out, wow. That's the 8 of air. There's 2 waters, air, a lot of water and air. 1 fire, 1 earth. I feel a lot of emotional work being done, inner work, but also wanting to be able to express yourself more clearly. That's like whenever I think of air, I think of like someone who like isn't worried about mincing their words. Okay. All right. Sorry, I had to take a little pause to kind of look at this guidebook. But the card that we got right here is the Queen of Air, number 13. And the keywords for this card are weaver, observant, wise, truthful, analytical, strategist, detachment. It's a time to be realistic. Be observant, a need for emotional detachment. Choose your words with care, stick to the facts, and don't allow your intellect to alienate. And then right here we have the scribe of air, which is record keeper, information, knowledge, tradition. Look for an unbiased source, be objective, seek multiple perspectives, document your life journey, a need to censor yourself, guard your personal information. You know, and from this, that's what I'm getting. Like, we've been working a lot with like just being direct and truthful and sharing who we are and not really sugarcoating and just being straight to the point. And maybe that has caused a little bit of like an emotional feeling like, oh, am I allowed to be that way? Especially if you're someone who's empathetic like I am, when you kind of worry about how you come off to other people, or if, you know, it's like people pleasing tendencies, things that like really they don't work anymore. That kind of mindset doesn't work anymore. So it's like breaking out of that, you know. And with the fire card right here, we have the 8 of fire. And that the keywords are action, change, transformation, transmutation, rebirth, freedom, renewed purpose, and joy. Yeah, like breaking out of that mindset and like really like honing it in, you know. Like, I see a lot of third eye energy right here, like this card, this card, this card, this card, this card, like hell, even that little gem in the center of his horns, you know. Move. Well, I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, like there's a lot of like just channeling who you really are through your emotions, through your actions, and like letting that inner fire guide you. Maybe we're in a stagnant period like I was, really just like deciphering stuff, figuring out how you can best express yourself. And I chose to start recording these types of videos, you know. And it's going to be a very long learning process, but I'm really excited to figure out what I know, what can I learn, you know. But yeah. Next, I'm going to go ahead and draw a little bit of tarot just to get a feel for the energy that we have surrounding us. What we need to know. What should we know right now? Oh. You know, I feel really anxious. I feel like I'm watching my step. Like I'm messing up. Like I'm not doing this right, you know? And that's like the energy of like, I feel like I've been struggling a lot with my ego and my heart. Like, I have this voice that is continuously telling me like, you're doing this wrong, you should restart, you should, you know. And yeah, I'm a little, I'm kind of like stepping over my, like, own 2 feet, right? Like they say, like, but that's usually, ooh. No way. No way. You know, but I have the strength to continue to do this reading. Thank you so much. You know, and something good's going to come out of it, you know, whether that be someone watching this video and being like, oof, like what's going on with this train wreck, or being like, wow, I really love how authentic they are. I just want to keep hearing them talk, even if they're talking about watching paint dry and stuff, you know. I don't know. But wow, that's so beautiful. I got the sun, the strength to come out. I'm sure that maybe you've been pushing yourself to do something that maybe you were scared to do. Maybe you were scared of what people were going to say or how they were going to react. You know, putting yourself out there. Sometimes people think that they know you best. If they know a past version of yourself, and they're like, oh, Jane Doe? Yeah. she's always been shy. Like, she's not going to be able to do that. Or, like, I don't think that they have that dog in them. Like, they always assume things about you when they don't even know you. Even if they have known you for many, many years, that doesn't mean that you have, like, completely opened up your heart, your soul, and, like, shown them completely who you are. And maybe you felt like maybe you couldn't do that. Maybe you felt like you couldn't do that. And now you're kind of breaking that. You're having the strength to pursue the things that you enjoy. And from that comes joy, love, light. Okay. Starting new, beginning something that maybe you're anxious to start. Like, I'm anxious to start this. I'm starting a new job as well. I've never done before. I'm anxious and nervous, but everything feels like it's going to be okay. The death of the things that you used to hold you back. Ooh, I feel like I'm even kind of like relaxing. Like, I have my shoulders up, and now I feel like, oh, okay, I can kind of relax. That's like the feeling that this card gave me. Even though the initial thought when people hear of the card death is like negativity, but we know this. It's not that. It's just a releasing of things that no longer serve us, that are no longer good for us, or like integrating them in like a healthier way. I feel like the devil and death like really are similar to me in a weird way. I don't know, because I can sit here all day and try to decipher the exact meaning of the tarot cards, but this deck has been with me for a very long time. If you love Gravity Falls, shout out to you. My sister got me this deck like in 2014 because I was obsessed. It was my whole life, and maybe that's also important to somebody. Reconnecting with your inner child, like listening to the things that used to light you up. What makes you happy? What excites you? I remember this show used to excite me, the mystery, like having a fan base, a community, talking to others about my interests. It was a safe space. It was something that I didn't have growing up, which I'm sure a lot of us relate to. But we're pushing past all that, and we're not allowing the past to hold us back. Like Uncle Stan, he didn't allow the past to leave him. He worked for something very hard for many, many years, and in the end, everything worked out. He got a beautiful relationship with his brother, and he was able to stay where he was happiest. The Wheel of Fortune. These things have to happen in this way. I'm sure there's been a lot of like synchronistic things leading up to this moment, where you've been like, when is this ride gonna stop? When am I gonna see this manifest into my life? I know that's been something I've been thinking about as well. When am I gonna see this come in? And I don't know. Me myself, I don't know. I feel like it's close, but I also know that you can't really force something that is gonna take its time. It's going to come to you when it comes to you. That's the way of the universe. If you constantly are trying to grasp onto something, which I've learned the hard way, I've been like, damn, I'm gonna go get myself a lottery ticket. And then it keeps losing and losing and losing. And I have just gone to the point where it's like, I can't push these things. There are things that will just come to me when they're meant to come to me. And even though it's my last dollar, literally, like, have no money in my bank account, my beautiful friends and family, they've been really providing for me energetically. And when I was looking for a job, a friend that I wasn't even expecting to get a recommendation from really just looked out for me. And just planting those seeds in all aspects of your life, it comes back to you. Judgment, the Emperor. Ooh, this deck has two judgments. You can swap them out depending on which one you like the art. But I keep them all in there, and sometimes I'll get double of the same one, so it just like solidifies that, like, okay, this is like extra attention. And the Star. Yeah. It feels like there's been like a really long journey of self-discovery, or like not really knowing what's coming next. Like you're working in the dark, only with the stars to guide you. I know that some days when I'm feeling kind of lost or don't really know what to do, or I get something in my head, I just step outside and I look up at the stars, and I try to focus my eyes on the moon. Just trying to grasp onto something and like really ground myself to the earth while also connecting with the cosmos. I don't know, that's something that someone might be relating to, but I feel like with everything that has been happening with this new beginning, with like the release of things that no longer serve you, you're going to be able to celebrate. You're going to be able to move on and really stand in your power, even after going through this really treacherous journey that you've been on. You pushed yourself. You climbed that tree. You know how strong Wendy is. She's very like committed. Like she'll once she sets her mind to it, she's gonna do it. And that's the energy that I'm getting with these cards right here. Anything else? Ooh. Anything else? Yeah, you know, like the devil coming out. And the hermit. The lovers. I feel like things are just Wheel of Fortune again. There's a double card. Magician, the world, justice, tower. This is my have fun card. You know, we all are on this journey that just like cycles and repeats itself. But right now, I feel like you are breaking through. And even if it feels like you don't know what you're doing, the fact that you are pushing yourself to do things that maybe you wouldn't have done a year ago, or express yourself in a way that others find off-putting, you know, because they're not used to seeing you in that light. They're not used to seeing you be happy or express yourself in a way that really matches your true frequency, because they don't know you. You're gonna have to reintroduce yourself to people. I know I've had to do that. And this is the last few just for funsies. This is just like energy cards. It kind of tells us what we can activate, what we can release, what we can expand on. This is a deck that I bought from a local metaphysical shop. It's the Crystal Skull Magic Card Deck by Nancy Robinson. It comes with a booklet, and if I find it online, I will link it. If not, I will just add at the business. But she made them herself. She had a little section, and I was so interested in them. I picked them up. She had a little sample, and the energy just felt right. Your divine life purpose. What kind of life excites you? What deep desires, wishes, and dreams do you think of often? You are here by divine appointment with a special purpose of your own. Your unique calling can show up through a job, a business that you're inspired to create, a unique gift or talent, or a dream in your heart. Divine timing. Are you prepared to have a divine timing accelerate your dreams? Divine timing is activated by supernatural higher forces. They help you to be at the right time and place for quantum manifesting and powerful levels of abundance. Mental and emotional healing. Do some of your thoughts and feelings need to be transformed? Old negative attitudes and subconscious thoughts or limitations can impact your mental and emotional outlook. So these are both receiving cards, and this one's an activate one. So really on the same topic of like receiving and like being open to like people helping, and that includes your guides, your ancestors, the people who have been watching over you, even if you feel like you're alone. I know I'm not. You know, I talk to my guides every day. Even if it's just in my mind, because I feel like this is the whole point of me making these videos, where I'm trying to talk out loud more, because I do struggle to get my words out. I can think like a genius. You know, my brain goes a mile a minute, and I have these long, amazing, beautiful conversations with myself. But once I try to speak it out loud, I don't know what happens. It's like there's a disconnect in like my throat and my mind. So this is just helping for me to really feel the confidence and love, where I can be more confident. And you know, maybe like 2 months from now, I'm going to be having these great readings that go really smoothly. But even if they don't, like I'll love myself even then. So really just receiving divine timing, knowing that your guides, ancestors, spirit guides, anyone that is with you is helping you to receive what you deserve, and also that will help to continue your expansion emotionally, and heal that whatever it is that you might still have to hold and love and release, and integrate within yourself in a loving way. And then activating your divine life purpose, like it says, like what excites you, what dreams do you think of often? And that's something I've been thinking about too. I've been really thinking about my inner child. What did I used to love to do? What did I enjoy? And really just sitting with yourself and being kind to yourself when you are going through those journeys, because if you have not been given the love and understanding that you deserved as a child, it might be kind of hard for you to open up and reconnect with something that you love, because people used to look down on you on it, or would make you feel bad about it, or really just gave you bad energy that you didn't deserve. And I hope that you're healing through that and it's not weighing you down. Because it looks like if you're watching this video and we're similar, you have worked through a lot, a lot. Okay. I'm going to leave it with this right here. This is my Frequently Happy book that I mentioned at the beginning. I love this book. If you don't follow David, please do. He is great. I got this signed. I ordered it online. I can't find it. So it's a very, very lovely book. And I'm just going to use this to close out the reading so we can have a little bit of happiness before we shut it down. You know what I'm saying? All right. What do we need to know? What energy do we leave today with? Perfect. Relax. You can be you. On days when I'm feeling self-conscious about something I might say or be, I think of how much goes on every day, how much we as people have seen. We all have so much to think of, that most people aren't dwelling on me. It doesn't make sense to hold myself on the off chance that someone might be. But there's something about me. Whoop, I'm not sure where we left off. But I hope that I was able to read this poem. If not, then I'll just paste it on here. But it was relax, you can be you. And it really was just speaking about what we've been saying, that you can just be yourself. You don't have to worry about what other people say or express onto you about how they feel about what you're doing, because they have no love for themselves. 100%. And, half the time when people spread hate, it's projection. And just being confident in yourself and knowing that that energy doesn't affect you. That's the most important thing. He says, some days self-consciousness comes over me and I can't help but question everything I do. Do these trousers fit strangely? Will people stare at me on the train for this choice of shoes? Did the cashier think I'm strange because I said you too when they said enjoy your drink? The reality of these concerns is that they live exclusively, far more often than not, in my own head. So yeah, exactly what we've been saying. The things I pick apart in myself take a level of prejudice and self-examination that nobody else is doing. Even if someone has a fleeting thought about something I've done, the thought is just that, fleeting. We don't need to worry as much as we do about what people may think, because they won't even be focusing on what we're worrying over. There's a lot more.
Put this in here if you want to continue reading what he said. But yeah, I'm go ahead and continue now.
But this book really, every time I need anything, it can be any book, like I said. Anytime I need anything, I just flip to it. And it really does. It's a perfect ending to this reading. And I'm so thankful for those of you who stuck through with me to the end. Like I said, this is my first time doing anything like this. And I hope it's not my last. It definitely won't be my last. And I hope that I gain more and more confidence and I'm able to channel in a way that is fluent and beautiful and authentic and me. And I hope that you enjoy that. And if you do, please consider liking. You don't have to comment or anything. Just a little like, just so that I can see that people are vibing with what I'm saying. Other than that, thank you so much. I'm sending you so much love. Boo, 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 boo.